Back away. Back away. Back away means to move backward, often because of fear or danger. The dog barked and she backed away slowly. When the fire flared up, everyone backed away. He backed away from the edge of the cliff. Back down. Back down. Back down means to stop demanding something or admit defeat in an argument. He finally backed down and apologized. The government backed down after public protests. She never backs down in a debate. Back into. Back into. Back into means to reverse a vehicle into something by accident. I wasn't careful and backed into a tree. She backed into another car in the parking lot. He backed into the garage door. Back off. Back off. Back off means to stop being aggressive or move away from someone. The police told the crowd to back off. He kept shouting, so I told him to back off. She backed off when the dog growled. Back out. Back out. Back out means to withdraw from a commitment or promise. He promised to help but backed out last minute. They backed out of the agreement suddenly. She backed out after realizing the risk. Back out of. Back out of. Back out of means to avoid or escape a responsibility or deal. He tried to back out of the contract. Don't back out of your promise now. They backed out of the plan at the last moment. Back out of. Back out of. Back out of also means to reverse a vehicle out of a space. She carefully backed out of the driveway. I backed out of the parking spot and drove away. He backed out of the garage without looking. Back up. Back up. Back up means to support someone or something. I'll back you up if you tell the truth. Her friends backed her up during the fight. We need evidence to back up our claims. Back up. Back up. Back up means to move backwards. The driver backed up to let the truck pass. She backed up when the snake moved. He backed up to get a better view. Back up. Back up. Back up also means to make a copy of computer files. Don't forget to back up your data. I backed up my files before updating the system. Always back up your work on a hard drive. Bag out. Bag out. Bag out means to criticize or mock someone, often in Australian slang. He keeps bagging out his teammates. Don't bag out your friends behind their backs. She bagged out the teacher for giving homework. Bail out. Bail out. Bail out means to rescue someone from a bad situation. Her parents bailed her out of jail. The government bailed out the failing bank. His brother bailed him out of trouble again. Bail out. Bail out. Bail out also means to jump out of an aircraft using a parachute. The pilot had to bail out of the burning jet. Soldiers bailed out during the mission. He bailed out seconds before the crash. Bail out. Bail out. Bail out also means to stop participating in something. I had to bail out of the trip last minute. She bailed out before the presentation. They bailed out of the contest due to illness. Bail out of. Bail out of. Bail out of means to quit something suddenly or irresponsibly. He bailed out of the project halfway. She bailed out of her responsibilities. Don't bail out of this, people are counting on you. Bail out on. Bail out on. Bail out on means to abandon someone in a difficult situation. He bailed out on his friends during the group project. Don't bail out on me now when I need you most. She bailed out on the date at the last minute. Bail up. Bail up. Bail up means to stop someone and demand something, sometimes by force or surprise. The robbers bailed up the travelers at gunpoint. I got bailed up by someone asking for donations. He was bailed up outside the mall by fans. Bail up. Bail up. Bail up also means to corner or trap someone, often in a conversation or confrontation. She bailed me up at the party to ask about my ex. The manager bailed him up about the missed deadline. He got bailed up by reporters outside the building. Ball up. Ball up. Ball up means to make something tangled or messy. The wires got all balled up behind the desk. She balled up her clothes and threw them in the bag. I balled up the paper and tossed it in the trash. Ball up. Ball up. Ball up also means to confuse or mess up a situation. He totally balled up his speech by forgetting his lines. I balled up the recipe and added salt instead of sugar. Don't ball up the meeting by arriving late.